Welcome back to True Crochet. My name is River, and today I want you to get to know me. I'm going to be talking about how I started crocheting, what I currently do, and who I am. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is River. I am 28 years old. I just turned 28. I have always been on YouTube. I've had many different channels. I recently had a channel called Built-in Riv where I posted tech things. The reason why I started doing that was because I was and still am currently into tech. I was actually in school for computer engineering, and I stopped doing that because I found a different love for a different major. I once worked at a mental health facility, and I found that I very much enjoyed it. I did the medical billing for this mental health facility, but I am actually expanding my horizons, and I'm actually in school right now, and I'm currently studying for that subject. I'm trying to get my certificate for medical billing, and then I'm going to actually move on. I would like to do more work for mental health in children. Now, how I started getting into crochet. In between jobs, I actually worked for a job that I'm not going to name because I really did not like this job that much. It really wasn't the job that I didn't like that much. It was the people I didn't like that much. It's just the people didn't understand me. There was a lot of this back and forth stuff that I just didn't enjoy. It was a toxic environment, and I just wanted out of there. I was extremely depressed, and I was kind of in between jobs. I was starting a new job. I left an old job, and I needed something to let myself free. I remember I was walking in a Dollar Tree, and I had noticed that there was a wall of yarn. They had just remodeled. They added their new crafters square corner, and it was really nice. I used to have a hamster, and I used to love to make him different enclosures and different things, and I'd always get the little wood things for him, like his hideaways and all of that. And I always went to the Crafter Square area. I noticed this big wall of yarn, and I was like, what can I make with yarn? I wasn't thinking more of my hamster. I was thinking more of myself. I thought that would be super cool to make some sort of project just to get my mind off of things. And right next to all of that yarn, there were knitting needles, but there were crochet hooks. This is my first crochet hook. This is a very flimsy, very plasticky crochet hook. This thing was the worst thing to work with, but I used it to learn. This is my learning crochet hook. I didn't know anything about sizing. I just grabbed the hook, and I would just use this thing to make a bunch of chains. I would use this thing to figure out how to do just back and forth rows. I didn't make anything in particular. I was just making something just to learn. So my parents live in Las Vegas, and they have a huge Walmart right near their house. And one day I was up there visiting, and I was like, I want to check out their crochet stuff. I want to check out their yarn section. I want to see what they got. And that got me this 8mm crochet hook. This is a boy crochet hook, and I didn't know anything about sizing. I just thought this would be the best hook. It looked really nice. It was very, polished looking metal. It looked good. I grabbed it. I grabbed some yarn, and that is when I started this bad boy. This is my progress blanket, and I still have not finished it. It is the blanket that I first started crocheting, and it is different types and textures, but this is made out of the Red Heart Super Stripes. So with this one, you can clearly tell that I was actually only working in the front loops only. I don't know why. I just thought that was the right way to do it. And there are so many mistakes that I made with this blanket. I think this right here was my first attempt at a join, joining different yarns together. And clearly here, something happened because it starts further and then goes inward. So that's something. And around here, you can see that I went from my front loops only to my standard crochet about here. I think this is where it kind of ends, and this is my standard crochet. So this blanket I still am working on. I still have 2 balls full of this yarn. They are this big. This is like recently balled up also. But I still have been working on this whole project. I call this my progress blanket, and I have been working on this for quite a while. Yeah, there's some tails hanging out. Like, there's just a ton going on. See that tail? Soon after all of that, I realized I was using the wrong hook. So I decided to downsize this hook on this 8mm blanket I was making. I downsized my hook, and I actually got a Susan Bates 5mm hook. So the only reason why I bought this hook was because I loved the way it looked, the handle, everything, and I also love that it has the sharp edges. Everything is nice. It's so nice, and I love it. It made me love these hooks so much that I just bought a ton of these hooks. I have a whole collection of these hooks, and this was actually the first one I bought, but then I realized I was using the wrong size hooks. I bought this one. This one I actually bought for my birthday, and I actually have been crocheting for 1.5 years. Last year I bought this for my birthday. And once again, I'm still kind of new at all of this, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm making projects, I'm learning, I'm doing all of these things, and then I found the holy grail. I found the Furls hooks. This is the Streamline resin. This was the first one I bought. This one is the Sagittarius. This is a 5.5, and I found that a 5.5 is like my sweet spot. I love that type of hook. It's like my hook. I use these ones nonstop. This is my favorite. This is what I've been using. So alongside these hooks, I use these hooks, and I don't have very many Furls hooks. I only have 3 right now. So I have an 8mm, I have a 5.5, and I have a 4mm, just kind of like in between sizes in case, you know, I have any projects, because generally I actually do use this one a lot. For any amigurumi, especially like the small things, I use these Susan Bates hooks. I have learned a lot through crochet from a lot of different creators. I very much a huge fan of alt knots. I watch alt knots all the time. I actually started learning more crochet stuff from alt knots and different terms and different types of stitches. The year-long blanket that I actually never finished, but I do have like 5 months worth of this year-long blanket started, and I have learned so much from her. It has been such a journey through my crochet timeline and what I've learned, and I would say like now I am an expert because I've done it every single day for 1.5 years, and I have learned so much, and I wanted to actually get my teaching license for crochet so I can do that on the side and help people learn how to crochet. I love it so much, but that doesn't define me because I actually have a lot of different side things that you probably don't know about. Aside from crochet, I love to roller skate and rollerblade. I love my quad skates that I got. I have rollerblades coming, my inline rollerblades coming, and I'm super excited about them. That's like my outdoor activity. I recently got into that, and I have had such a blast doing that. And that may or may not explain why I haven't posted in the last few weeks. On top of that, I love video games. I am a video game addict. I love the Switch. The Nintendo Switch, probably best invention ever made, was the Nintendo Switch. I have a family, and I actually am married, and I have 2 stepkids, and I have a little house, and I have 2 dogs, and I absolutely love my little life that I have. I do work a part-time job. I'm not necessarily, I would love to find a nicer, better job. I don't make that much money personally, but I have a part-time job, so that kind of keeps me preoccupied in between all of my different little things. Family is super important to me, and this holiday season I have decided I'm going to make my family tons of stuff for Christmas, instead of buying things, I'm going to crochet things. So I have a little bit of projects. I would love to show them on camera, but I do know some of my family, they actually watch my channel, so I don't want to give away any of my projects that I'm currently making for my family. And that is a little bit about me and my crochet journey. So if you are like me and you go from this to this and you have started in a lower place, because that's what I hear a lot. I hear a lot of crocheters actually start from a low place and make their way up. Just remember, you're not alone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. If you like me, you want to see more crochet content, hit the subscribe button down below. I think it's right here. Hit it and see more stuff about me. I plan on doing tutorials. I plan on doing yarn reviews. I've had requests of showing my personal projects that I've made, so let me know what you want to see and I can show it. My light keeps dying on me, so I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a great day, and goodbye.